It is exactly 7 o'clock p.m. And we have been waiting for this, dear friends. Tonight is an appointment with destiny. It could be everything. It could be nothing. It could be the end of what we thought was even possible. Dear God. Do you feel the excitement that I do? Do you? Is there any way for me to possibly explicate, describe the feeling that I have and the feeling that you have? Tell me in one word. Tell me in one word the feeling you feel. What do you feel right this moment? Right this moment. What do you feel? Give me the word. Give me the word. The one word. One word. What do you feel? What is it that you feel? This what is it right now? Right this moment. Right this moment. What is it? One word. Nervous. Nervous. Two nervouses. Tired. Anxiety. Dread. Excited. Power. Apprehensive. Cats. Nervous. Anticipation. Nausea. Skepticism. Unburdened. We have been waiting so long for this. The tipping point, to use the great words of Tears for Fears, the tipping point. Oh my God, where do we begin? Well, first, let us start off with a couple of things. Let's get an idea of some of the players that are involved here, shall we? Some of the people. First, let me remind you of who the President of the United States is. And when asked what he will be doing tonight and tomorrow, listen to this.
My granddaughter's birthday in New York. Then we're going to watch a debate. And then tomorrow I'm doing 9/11.
Tomorrow I'm doing 9/11.
Spoke to the Vice President. She seems calm, cool, and collected. I think she's going to do great. And I'm not going to tell you what advice I gave.
I'm going to do 9/11. I'm going to do 9/11. I'm going to do 9/11. It's incredible. Now, let me see if I can explain something to you. This is also critical. I want to throw this one in because I want you to get all aspects of the spectrum, dare I say, all aspects of the spectrum. And what I mean by that is what everybody is saying. This is a Kamala ad, and it's important for you to hear what they want you to believe about her.
A president who stands up for growth.
Now, please stop. Do not laugh. If you are drinking some type of liquid beverage, please spit it out before you watch this, okay? Just want to warn you.
Opportunity and prosperity for every American. Kamala Harris will fight for American jobs, lower costs, and give families a head start in a tough world.
We will create what I call an opportunity economy where everyone has the chance to compete and a chance to succeed.
Her plan will make it easier for people to start a family, raise kids, and buy a first home. It's a real start to a new economy where hard work and entrepreneurship pays off for everyone. Donald Trump's plan, another budget-busting trillion-dollar tax cut for billionaires like Elon Musk, a Trump tariff tax that screws American families, higher prices for everything. Kamala Harris, an economic plan that puts Americans first.
Oh, the Lincoln Project. If I didn't know better, was that not the whitest group of people you've ever seen? I mean, I'm just saying, just in terms of the, I'm just saying, just in terms of what I am seeing, is this not one of the Let me also tell you something which is important. This is also critical to note. This is what some of her real supporters think.
I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris. If she could run over a child live on TV, I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris. I'm never going to vote for Trump.
That's gnarly.
But the fact is, even though I think she'll make a good president, she's not a good candidate. If you remember from when she ran before, she tends to get real irritated with stuff she doesn't like. She's not real fast on her feet. Maybe she's better now, but live events, things like that, I don't know, man. I don't think she's going to do so well in the debate.
Here's also one of the biggest things going around today. This was wild. This was at the end of wokeness. Put this one up. Please forgive me. This was a little bit of video. You may have heard about this. This was making its way today.
Rogue, all right, notorious for his flamboyant lifestyle. Flashy clothes, fancy parties, fine women, and fast cars.
Did you hear that? Are you his daughter?
And fast cars.
You Willie Brown.
Address me as the mayor.
Here she is.
If ever a man and a municipality were made for each other, it is this man, this place.
And that's what Eric Adams wanted to be before everything just came crushing down. And what do you think? And then finally, I've got to show you this. I told you about Springfield, Ohio. Springfield, Ohio. And these cat memes are driving these folks out of their mind. The cat memes are driving them crazy. How do I know this? Why do I say this? Check out Mr. Swalwell.
In the hell is this? The chairman tweets, protect our ducks and kittens in Ohio because he goes down some crazy rabbit hole, completely debunked that aliens are eating pets? My God, are you okay, Mr. Chairman? Because last year, for a very long time, you tweeted and promoted Kanye West as he was calling for genocide against the Jews, and you kept it up. And now, when we have victims coming here, you're tweeting this nonsense. I don't know why you would do this. I hope you're okay. I don't know if the aliens who are eating your ducks are in the room with us right now, but Mr. Chairman, this is a serious issue. These people have loved ones who have been lost, and you tweeted this.
And it's happening. It's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheryl H., by the way, is a brand new member. Thank you, Cheryl. And Basil Beshkov. Thank you so much. It's driving these people crazy. I saw some stuff today on Twitter I can't even describe. That's putting it mildly. Look, my friends, tonight is a night like no other. We have been through so much together. You and I have been through hell. Really, seriously, we have been through hell through years. Many of us through years. We have been through this insanity that nobody can even put into words. Nobody can even describe it. And tonight, if all goes well, if all goes as expected, the country will see precisely what it is that we are talking about. The country will see specifically. Freedom says all that about Willie and Harris is old news, sir. The liberals love all that immorality. Trump or America is done. Debate or no debate. Perhaps. Perhaps. But you see, my friend, there was a time when the libs and the whatever took great pains to bring up old stories about Trump, family members, even Melania, who, by the way, is striking back with an incredible book, a tour de force. And those people, those folks, those individuals, those people took no hesitation whatsoever in involving themselves in any kind of hesitation. They didn't say, well, maybe this is irrelevant. No, I think it's important because they set the rules. We're merely playing the game. That's all. That's the way that goes, my friend. That's the way that goes. And you know what's so interesting about everything, which is so fascinating, more than anything that we have realized? We are in a position right now of seeing something yet again tonight that is so important, so great, so glorious. And I want you to watch very carefully. Remember, at 9 p.m., 9 p.m., I wonder what she's thinking now. They told her that there are basically about 15, roughly they say, subjects. She has been specifically told to memorize certain answers. It will be critical for him, for the President Trump, to make sure that he throws her off, that he asks her questions, breaks the rules. And then when they say this is not a rule of the debate, he does, as I have said, and say that when you are the president, there are no rules. There are no rules to debates. There are no rules to speaking with Vladimir Putin or Xi Jinping or Erdogan or whoever it is, or Bibi or anybody. They don't play by rules. You always have to be able to answer questions on the fly. Tonight, it's a very simple goal. Very, very simple. And the goal is going to be, very simply, that the president must score something tonight that is perceived, whether it happens or not, something that is perceived as being absolute and total devastation. That's what we want. Absolute and total devastation. Something, a question, a point of view, something that causes her to harumph, to hem, to haw, to become confused, to not know the answer to. He's got to say, that doesn't answer the question. He's got to respond. He's got to make her look like a blithering idiot. That can be done in a variety of different ways. He has to say things like, do you expect that to satisfy the American people? Do you think that, just like he did with President Biden, when he said, that made no sense to me. What are you talking about? He has to do this. He has to be mean and firm and crude and rude. He has to do everything in his power, everything, I tell you, everything, in order to make the point that she is completely and totally disqualified. The numbers are horrible for her. The numbers are beyond horrible. They're off the charts bad. You name it. They know this. And let me tell you what the real problem is. We knew this before, but they are finding more and more of this to be true. Walls. Her walls. This is the guy that's the problem. Walls. That's the one. That's the guy. They never saw it coming. They never saw it coming. They never imagined it. They never thought for a moment that he could be this bad, this fast in so many areas. And the vetting, why Josh Shapiro tonight in Pennsylvania, in Philly, one of their own, because this fear, because of the Jewish thing, is that it? They pick this strange. You want to say weird? He's strange. And they're crazy. All of these folks. Let's see what also happens tonight. Let's hope there is no violence. Let us hope there is nothing injured, nobody injured. Let us hope. Let us pray. Let us watch. Let us be absolutely, positively, 100% 100% sure that tonight goes off without a hitch. We do not want that at all. But I want you to think about tomorrow morning. I want you to think about what it's going to be to wake up in the morning and to think, have you seen this? Where there is a moment or two, maybe one, maybe just two, that is the subject matter of memes, of absolute this incredible sense of excitement all over. Crypto Dominique tonight breaks the Democratic Party. Tonight could very well do it. Remember, there are people. Now, let me just warn you about something, and I'm glad you brought this up. There are people who are going to claim that she was absolutely brilliant. Right now, they're already done on CNN, Jake Tapper and Caitlin, whatever her name is, and Joy Reid and everybody, and Rachel Maddow, everybody. They've already written it. They've written the story. They've written it completely. They have written the narrative completely and totally. 100%. They're ready to go. Do not be at all affected by this. Do not be upset by this. Do not be surprised by this. This is what they're going to do. This is what they have to do. This is the thing that is so critical to how they work through this. They're going to make sure that they say she was at her best. They will talk about him. That's why you can't listen to him. He rambled. He seemed nervous. He seemed old. I can tell you right now, he's not up to speed. He's not up to par. He's not the same old Trump. And we're going to sit there and say, okay, I see. And tomorrow, you're going to hear things like there's a great bump in the polls. She did great with this and the RCP. Kamala is the Dem Stormy, says Martin Higgins. Let us see, my friends. Let us indeed see. Let us see. This is something which is this is beyond anything anybody has ever seen before. I'm telling you, let's wait. George Lenz says a devastating Kamala loss would cause aftershocks. But the thing is, how will they know what the shocks are? How will they know what a loss is? How will they know and be able to identify specifically what how do I say this? What a loss is? I don't know. I don't know if they're able to do this. I don't know if they're able to even remotely suggest it. I don't know. They may not be. They may say, I don't know what you're talking about. She did great. It doesn't matter. But believe me when I tell you this, tonight there's going to be somebody somewhere who is sitting who never thought about this before. Stoll says clips of CNN actually call her flip-flops out. Oh, absolutely. Aaron Roberts, or Aaron, whatever her name is, Aaron something or other. She was pointing out the other day. She says, there's a new flip also. There's a new reference to Gavin Newsom, who is saying, in essence, they ask her, well, do you think he won't answer the question. Nancy Pelosi won't answer the question. We played this for you the other night. Why? Because they're from California. California is it's another group of people. It's the folks from the Getty, the Pelosi, the D'Alessandro, the Brown. Remember, it's that California faction. Let me remind you, ladies and gentlemen, nobody wants her. Nobody knows her. They're stuck with her. Let me say that again. Nobody wants her. You don't hear anything, even from the Democratic leadership, people saying she's fantastic, she's this, she's that. You don't hear this. And the reason why you don't hear it is because she's a pig in a poke. They gave her. Biden is going to be laughing his ass off tonight. He's thinking, I don't have anything to worry about. I'm going to be done. I'm going to pardon Hunter, guaranteed. Nothing you can do to stop me. What are you going to do? What? Stop it. Nothing. I'm pardoning my whole family. I'm pardoning everybody. They all get a pardon. Everybody. I'm out of here. You didn't want me? You double-crossed me? You pulled the palace coup on me? Fine. You get stuck with this one? Are you kidding me? Let me say this again. She never, ever won one primary. She never got a vote. Never. Never. She dropped out unless she couldn't pull 2%. This is just unheard of. And I'm not just saying this. I'm not just here just to repeat the usual, blather. It's the God's honest truth. And we have right now something. This is the most important thing. We have right now a presidential nominee, candidate, who is absolutely, positively, 100% able and focused on being able to change the course of this country, to get us out of this. This is for the money. And he loves this. I want you to notice tonight so many things. I want you to try your best to remove your particular bias. Notice how they stand. Notice how they look in terms of height. Notice how they look in terms of stature. Do they look at each other? Do they shake hands? Do they say anything? What will the effect be of no audience, muted mics, no muted mics? What are those moments? Watch her. Remember with him, they just feed him information. With her, they have to change and alter drastically the way she speaks, how she speaks, the rendition of what she says, how she speaks in ways that nobody even thought possible. It's beyond. They're going to have to tell her, don't laugh, don't cackle, don't go into a word salad. Don't. You haven't even told her what she's going to say yet. You know what this does to somebody? Don't laugh. Don't be yourself. Don't fall victim. Don't fall prey. Don't fall back. Don't do that same nonsense. Don't. Watch them bring up 9/11. Watch her bring something to the effect of scaring people in terms of leadership. Remember, you can't go subtle. What you might consider to be, oh, that's great. To the undecided independent voter, they may say, oh, that's nice. You have to do something that's drastic, that really calls her out. And one of the things to do it is, number one, is to clarify, is to criticize not her, but what she said. An idea that doesn't work, an idea that doesn't apply, an answer that's equivocal, an answer that fails to address the complexity, something along those lines. That's what we want to hear. Not her, not personal. Don't be mean. That doesn't answer the question. We've tried that. You could have done this before. Everything you're saying now, you could have done. Why now? Why now? Why all of a sudden do you think we are worthy of this now? And have you ever said or suggested that Joe Biden was not mentally able to do the job? What did you know and when did you know it? Why didn't you say anything? There are people who counted on you. It is your duty to tell, not to be a good player, to be a good team leader, but it was your duty to let people know this. Why didn't you let them know? Why didn't? How did you not say this? You were recently talking about Haitians. You are very proudly. Right now, Springfield, Ohio is being overrun. Overrun. The town is 58,000 people. And you put 20,000 Haitian immigrants, illegals there. It's not their fault. What did you expect them to do? Was this your idea of some kind of a joke? Saul says, Pops may have had the last laughs after all. Come on, man. Anyway, look, folks, here's the deal. I'm serious. That's not hyperbole, not a joke. End of quote. Indeed. Right now, as we speak, you don't realize it. And when you saw, and I played this for you just now, when you see Swalwell going nuts, this is what you get. Freedom says, my worst nightmare, waking up the next morning after the election and she is president. After 70 years of life, Trump 2024. It is more than anything. Let me put it to you this way. When Trump ran against Hillary, I didn't think that Hillary was dangerous. I never did. I thought she was incompetent, maybe for purpose of what we're going to do. But I never thought she was a lefty at all. If anything, she was a neocon. She was a different kind of a problem. But I never, ever thought this. I never thought this. I never thought she was a lunatic. I never thought she was crazy. I never thought she was crazy. Never. She might have been evil. She might have been psychopathic. She might have been a lot of things. But I never thought that she was fundamentally stupid. And that's a very powerful thing to say, but I never felt that. What scares me more, and I think history will show, there is nothing more frightening than somebody who's stupid, who doesn't understand, who can sit there and say that a bus is a yellow bus and a community bank. I mean, this was at her best. This was at her best. And she sat in that office for almost 4 years, and as a senator. And what's interesting is that you normally pick things up. You pick things up. You find yourself in the position of, how do I say this? You find yourself in the position of, what's the word? Learning a phrase, learning a fact, learning some policy, learning things because you've heard it over and over again. You know it. And to people in your office, you might not be a wunderkind, but to the rest of the world, you really can wow them. You know numbers, and because you've heard it before. And for 3 years, she could have been briefed every single day, every single week, 3 times a week, an hour a day, whatever it is, either through things to read. She had nothing to do, to prepare herself, to bone up, to prepare for what was coming. And she didn't do anything. She never did anything. They kept her out. Well, the same thing with him. He was hidden away. But you think somebody somewhere would have said, listen, we're probably going to go with her down the line. It's important that we take this time right now and really spend it teaching her what's going on, really explaining this to her, trying our best to explain what it is that's going on. It's critical that we do this. Absolutely critical. And all of these factors, all of this could have been done. And yet you're wondering, they couldn't have been that incompetent. There must be a reason for this. Is there? There must be a reason for this. Is there? There must be a reason why this is happening. It boggles the mind. Sowell said Hillary Clinton was smart and diabolical, which is what scared us. In fact, she was. I never, ever, 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 ever thought that we have somebody who is fundamentally, who doesn't get it. I felt that way with our own Mayor Eric Adams. Oh, you haven't been following New York. I'm not going to go into that one. Not tonight. But it is more catastrophic than anything you could ever imagine. I mean, it is just unbelievable. But I digress, my friend. I digress. We're looking at something right now which is so important and so critical. And we're going to be together tonight throughout this whole endeavor. I am so excited. Do I have your word? Do I have your word that you will be with us tonight after this? It starts at 9. It's over, they say that's 90 minutes. We will start immediately afterwards. 10:30, thereabouts. So just be there. Would you promise me that you will be there for us? Will you promise me that you will write down your notes, that you will be able to say this? We need to participate tonight, because this is it. This is the only debate. This is the only time you'll ever see these two people in a room together. History will be made. You can say, I was there. I was there for either the bloodbath or the canard or the catastrophe. Freedom, Soul 76, George Lenz, Martin Higgins, Crypto Domini, Basil Beshlov, and Cheryl S. or H rather. I thank you for that. Thank you for that. I am in a state of almost anticipation. I just say, please make this happen. I know you have seen Pillowman's idea of a massive fraud in 2020. The same scenario is about to be played out again at much more worse of a level. Well, I don't know as far as various scenarios. I told you what concerns me the most, and that is specifically that of ballots. Very simple. Not machines, not algorithms, ballots. It frightens me like you can't believe. The notion of ballots. Because what you can do is incredible. What you can do, how you can make them not disappear, but how you can jigger and manipulate is seemingly endless. Now, are you going to make it? Is everybody going to make it? And Phil, by the way, Phil says it might be boring, uneventful. It might very well be. And if that happens, what will that result be? It's hard to say. The good news is it will be forgotten by Thursday. Forgotten. And whatever bump, it'll be over with. And then they're going to say, okay, what are you going to do? You had your debate. Are you going to have you're going 50 something days? She never spoke to anybody. She never spoke to anybody. 50 days. It's incredible. It is incredible. And I'm telling you, the Democrats are freaking out because they do not feel good about her. They do not feel that she's ready to go or that she's inspired. They do not. All right, dear friends. I'm going to have to calm down. You're going to have to calm down. Do I have your word? Will you be back tonight? 10:30. It's going to be an event. Like I say, I want to start off, and you will know by the expression on my face within the first 20 seconds what I thought of it. And I'm going to be honest with you. But I think it's going to be devastating. I think it is going to be worse than anything the Democrats could have ever imagined, because you cannot make chicken salad, the rest of the term. All right, dear friends, thank you. You're glorious. You're fantastic. Have a great and a wonderful day. We will see you tonight at 10:30 or immediately after this, whatever time that is, okay? Make sure you're subscribed to Lionel Nation. Make sure you hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Make sure you like this. Get ready, my friends, okay? Because the next time we speak, we will be discussing what had just occurred, which will be destiny. All right, my friend. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. See you tonight. Ta-ta.